What is going on, guys and gals? It is your boy J-Love coming back at you with another video. And this video, like the title says, we're going to talk about the one thing that's going to make or break your trucking company. Guys and gals, thank you so much for being a part of this video, and thank you for being a part of this channel. My name is Jason Love. I'm co-owner of Flash Love Logistics LLC. We are a trucking company out of Missouri. Been going after it since October of 2020, and we're still getting after it here in 2025. So I've made videos over the past 4 to 5 years, going over the good, the bad, and the ugly of trucking, starting with one non-CDL hotshot truck, moving up. Now we do mostly semi-trucks and step decks, and it's been a ride. I've loved it a couple days, and I've hated it a couple days, but hopefully you guys have gained knowledge from the videos. This video, I want to talk about the one thing that can make or break your trucking company, and this is coming from my experience, and that is going to be maintenance on your truck. Setting up maintenance on your truck is going to be one of the most important things you can do, and I'm talking general maintenance, but I'm also talking about when it's time for bigger repairs, because no matter if you're in hotshot or if you're in semi-truck, you're going to have to make repairs. Now, maybe you're somebody who has a good warranty on their truck, and when it is time to do certain repairs, you do have warranty on it. You could take it to the dealership. That's beautiful. But what I've seen with dealerships a lot of time is they're usually pretty backed up. And they take a lot of time to fix your truck. They're not very quick on getting you back on the road, and a lot of times it costs you more money just being off the road than if you just did a normal repair. So, but obviously when you have bigger things that need to be done, warranty kicks in. It's gonna save your butt. But really, what I'm talking about setting up your maintenance is basically, figuring out who are your people, who are your guys when it comes to repairing your truck. Whether you're getting a tire repaired, whether you're doing your normal oil changes, or whether you're having a bigger repair done. And I think keeping it local for me has been a big blessing in my life. We live in a small town, but I have a really awesome tire shop where I live. For example, I have super singles on my semi, which are not my favorite, but the super singles needed to be repaired. They need to be replaced, right? After about, I don't know how many miles they had on them when we got the truck, but we put about 200,000 miles on them, and they did really good. They wore evenly, but it was just time, obviously to get new ones on. And so I was stressing about putting these super singles on. And so I actually did some research on the same tire that I had on there, because I was like, oh, they're going to be like $1,200 a piece. We're talking close to $5,000. But the same tire I had on the truck was only $680 online. So I took that tire to my local guys here. I said, hey, how much would it cost for you guys to order 4 of these and put them on the truck? They quoted me $590 a tire. Right, $590 a tire. So I put all 4 drive tires on my semi truck, super singles, for under $2,000, and it was a huge blessing, right? So just having that connection with them, and I do a lot of work with them. If I take my equipment in, when we do our regular maintenance, say, hey, check out all the tires. If you see one that's having uneven wear, let us know, or if you see one needs to be replaced, let us know. And I mean, we're saying $250 for a trailer tire. I spent about $450 to $500 on a steer tire, and then obviously my super singles on my drive tires. So figuring that out has really been a blessing. And another point I can give on that is carrying an extra trailer tire with you. Most of the time you're going to blow trailer tires. It happens, right? When you blow a trailer tire, it can damage the integrity of the tire right next to it as well. So I would say a big tip on this is just carry an extra trailer tire with you, right? Just buy an extra one when you get your tires done. And the reason I say that is because I have paid upwards of $700 to get a trailer tire replaced on the road, when in reality it should only cost me about $300 or $325. So just building something on your trailer to be able to carry a tire on the back of your truck, I think that's a huge blessing. Obviously, it's a lot harder to carry drive tires with you, especially if you have super singles. I wouldn't tell anybody to do that, or carry a steer tire with you. And if you blow out a steer tire, you have more issues than just that. But originally with tires, they're finding somebody locally that can definitely be a benefit for you. Obviously, if I was getting my tire work done maybe at the dealership, or getting my tire work done at a big truck stop, I'm going to pay a lot more money than if I can just stay on top of it with my local guy here. And obviously doing switching all the tires out at once. If you have tires that are evenly wearing, they're wearing together, switching them all out at once will really save you. A lot of guys I've seen, they get into this battle of having to replace this one, then replace that one, then replace this one. The tire right next to it's not having even wear on it because that tire is kind of smoked, and then back and forth, and then it's just costing them a lot more money. So if you can, which sometimes our equipment doesn't allow us to, get on a schedule with your tire rotations and tire repairs, so you can do it all at once, right? And get all the miles out of those tires that we definitely can. Don't skimp on the tires either, guys. Get good quality tires. I have skimped on tires before, and it just always bites me in the butt. Get good quality tires. Find somebody locally who can help you, and they can be your tire guys. And if you're looking at my beard and you're like, oh, that beard's messed up. Yeah, the woman I had do it messed it up pretty bad. And I just told her, don't worry about it. I'll fix it. I haven't fixed it yet, though. She took a chunk out the side there. Anyways, another thing with your oil changes, right? If you're getting your oil changes done, and this one I go back and forth on. I've had good prices just going to like a Love's truck stop and having them change my oil full synthetic. I've gotten it done for less than $400. But there's some times where I need oil change and they're quoting $650, $700. Whether you find somebody locally that can do your big truck oil changes or a local mechanic, one tip I'll give you is to go and buy your oil filters. Keep extra oil filters on your truck. Keep extra fuel filters in your truck, because then if you have all the filters you need and they're just providing the oil and they're providing the service, it's going to save you a lot of money, because you can find out which fuel filter you need, oil filter you need online, find a good quality part, order in bulk, get a good deal on it, a better deal than you'd get probably from a local place or from a big place. Keep those on your truck when you do your oil changes, because then they're just charging you for the oil and the labor, and you're going to save money. A lot of times they have huge markups on the filters, if they even have the filter in stock. Obviously, if you're driving a basic truck, which no problem with that, they probably do. But if you're not driving a basic truck or a basic engine, they might not. So definitely, that's another tip I can give you. Keep oil filters on you. Keep your fuel filters on you. Find somebody locally to do your oil changes, right? That an oil change is something you can get on a continual rotation. Let's say every 15,000, every 20,000, 25,000 miles, whatever the case is with your truck and the oil you're using. Get that rotation going locally with somebody that's going to charge a fair price for it. If you can source your own oil as well in bulk, and that's something you want to do if you have multiple trucks, also something you can do as well to save that money. But find that person and take it to them continually. Have them do a total PM on the truck and look over stuff. And then once you build that relationship with that person, that mechanic, he's going to say, hey, you have this issue. It's not something we need to fix today, but maybe next time we do the oil change, that might be something. You could plan a lot of these repairs, right? Because you'll see stuff, happening to your truck, right? As miles get put on it, it's like, hey, we don't need to repair that today, but definitely something we need to look into in the future. I can't tell you how many times I've had mechanics do work for me, mechanics I don't know, or maybe taking it to a dealership or the shop, where I take it to them. They tell me I need such and such work done, like, oh, I need all my brakes replaced. Then I go and get the parts, and I take it to my local mechanic. He says, well, yeah, your brakes probably do need to be replaced in the next 40,000 miles. I probably have a good 40,000 miles left in these brakes. But obviously that original shop wants that work, so they're gonna have you do that work. So I've had that happen to me multiple times. So finding that mechanic that does your PMs for you, that it doesn't need to be like, if that mechanic can also do the bigger work for you as well, that's beautiful. But just having somebody who can, a shop or an actual mechanic that's going to, have a fair labor rate for getting putting your brakes on, doing your oil changes, simple repairs like that is really, really, really going to help you down the road, especially if you have more than one truck. Now, a couple things, a couple more tips I can give you when it comes to just like the oh crap moments, An oh crap moment, for example, happened to us last week. Driver calls me, he's on the side of the road, and he doesn't have... he's having transmission issues, right? And the screen's blinking, right? So he's on the side of the road, transmission issues, got a load on his back, right? So first off, we got to get him off the side of the road, figure out what the deal is, and if it's something that we can fix on the side of the road. We realize probably not. We got to get him, we have to get him towed, out of there. If you're moving in the same areas a lot, he was in Dallas, for example. If you're moving in the same areas of a lot, and you are using a tow truck, like we use this tow truck, they charge us a good rate. And I definitely will use them again. So understanding that, you don't always need tows. Hopefully you never need a tow, but this is my second tow I've ever needed on this truck. They're expensive. So finding a good shop to do that, obviously very important. But this is kind of an oh crap moment, right? Basically we took him to close to where he's dropping off. We got the load repowered, 5 miles to get our trailer unloaded, brought our trailer back, and then basically finding a shop to do it. Now, we basically knew that the truck needed a new clutch, and so obviously I'm looking for a new clutch. We call the international dealership, and this is the tip I can give you. Have accounts with these places, okay? Open an account with your dealership, right? You just need one. Doesn't even matter if you buy a lot of parts through them. Get an account with your dealership so you can get better pricing, And if they give you a charge account to where you can charge to your account and pay, they give you pay terms with 15 or 30 days. That's going to be a big benefit, especially for the old crap moments. And then also open accounts with like Fleet Pride as well. You're going to use Fleet Pride a lot. Have an account with them. If they can give you a charge account, that's beautiful. Open these accounts because, when you're in these oh crap moments, when you need a $2,600 part, and maybe you don't have $2,600 in cash in your bank account to pay for it, you have a little bit of leeway putting it on your account, getting the truck fixed, and getting it back on the road. Right, so we ended up, buying a clutch, which was $2,600 through Fleet Pride. I found a good mechanic down there where he was close, and I called around. Right, the dealership wanted $249 an hour for labor, which is insane. I called a couple shops, found a shop for $125, which had good reviews. And I said, "This is beautiful, labor rate. Let's do it. The best I'm going to get down there for sure." And they actually dug into the truck and realized that it was a wiring issue. It didn't need a clutch. That shop took the clutch back for me. They fixed the issue, and we got the truck back on the road, right? So obviously it's going to cost you money. But really, what I'm talking about during this oh crap moment is having these accounts open with these major, either it's your dealership or these major parts manufacturers or parts resellers, is very important because when you're in these oh crap moments, you need to be able to get those parts. You need to be able to have an account to charge to your account if you need it, and so on. Another tip I can give you is having accounts with, obviously you have a fuel card, right? Having a charge account with your fuel card. So for example, we use RTS. That's our main fuel card. Now Love's contacted me about opening a fuel card, and I said, hey, we got RTS. I do need a backup for RTS when the guys don't have we only use Pilot Flying J. If they don't have a Pilot Flying J close to them, I do need a backup. So they said, well, yeah, we'll give you this. And I told them I'm not going to use this card that much. They said, whatever. But they also set me up with Love's Truck Care. And so I have a charge account with Love's Truck Care. And that has come to help us more times than one, having a charge account with Love's Truck Care. Obviously, I don't want most of my work done at a Love's Truck Care. They're not bad, but obviously they're charging, they charge a higher rate usually than what I can get from, a different mechanic. But in the oh crap moments, it has definitely helped us out. So if my truck like blows a tire, a steer tire, or even a drive tire, something where he's on the side of the road, I can have Love's Truck Care help us, and I can have that that charge to my account so we can get moving very quickly, right? And that has definitely benefited me. That's a minimal amount of time, but just having that little leeway with Love's Truck Care to where I have the account, they will charge the account, and I have 30 days to pay has definitely helped us out. Because one thing you're going to understand is almost every repair you need on your truck is going to cost $1,000 between part and labor, right? Almost everything. Usually if something breaks, I'm thinking at least $1,000. Right, no matter what it is. Tire, at least $1,000. If it's under $1,000, I'm happy, right? But it usually is, right? So your company's not always going to be in a position where you can just pay that cash out of your bank account instantly, right? Sometimes you're going to have to charge it, and once you get the truck back on the road, you can recoup that in a week or whatever the case may be. But just having that account with Love's has helped us significantly because if there's something that happens, or if he just needs an oil change real quick, but he's running, I'm like, go to Love's real quick. They're open 24/7 usually. Get on the list that night, get your oil change done, and we're ready to roll in the morning, right? So, sometimes we use it. Most of the time we don't. I try to do a lot of my maintenance local. That's what's going to save you a lot of money, but having that account. Another blessing and benefit that we have is through actually our electronic logging device, Motiv. So we do our ELD. They contacted me about the Motiv card not too long ago, and it's actually a fuel card, but it's really just a charge card. Now, they don't have the best pay terms. Anything I charge, I have to pay on Thursday, but they have helped me multiple times in tough situations where it's like, okay, I need to pay for this today, but I don't. I'm waiting on a couple loads to come through. I don't have the legit cash to pull out of the bank account to pay this. The Motiv card has come in to help me, because in trucking, what you're going to understand is you're going to have a lot of things are going to occur, especially with maintenance on the trucks. Your trucks are going to break down, and it's going to be very expensive to fix, right? And a lot of times, it's not really the price of the parts or the price of the fix that's going to kill you. It's the time off the road. So, if you're like, well, I got to wait a couple days to get money together, and then you got to find the part and do this, that, and the other, whatever the case may be, you might be off the road for 2 weeks over something that you can get taken care of. So when you have these different charge accounts in place, like I have the Motiv card, or I have the Love's Truck Care, or I have, all of my accounts set up with like Fleet Pride and with the dealership for the semi trucks that I run, with all these things, it makes your life so much easier. It makes your life so much easier. Usually if I need a part, I'll call the dealership, have them give me the part number. Sometimes they want to, sometimes they'll have them quote me a price. And then what I'm doing is I'm looking online for a cheaper price, cross-checking with Fleet Pride, cross-checking with other parts that aren't maybe OEM parts, original manufactured parts, but are good, that might be a little bit more affordable. Because these semi-truck parts, especially international, they want $100 for a little plastic piece of nonsense. So it makes a big difference, guys. So I want to leave this video with you, just different tips and tricks I use for maintenance, because really maintenance is going to make or break your company. Plan all your maintenance, have local people in your corner that can help you, that are fair on their prices, and open these different accounts with these different companies, because that's really going to help you throughout your run with that truck. But hopefully you guys can learn something from this video. I hope you all have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.